Hello and welcome to my channel. Now that Break the Ice event has been confirmed as the upcoming event on the 30th of June, it's time to introduce the new enemies and stage mechanics. First up, aside from the stage mechanics, you'll be at the mercy of the cold and frozen mechanics. When the operator is applied with cold, a snowflake symbol will appear on top of them, and the operator gets a 30% attack speed debuff. The effect will last for varying durations according to the enemies before disappearing. An annoying mechanic. Oh wait, not annoying enough? If the operator is hit with another wave of cold effect while the first wave is still active, they will be frozen. When they are in this state, the operator is unable to move, attack, or use their skill, but they can still block enemies. Cold and frozen effects are one of the worst status effects out there. Luckily, operators with status resistance like Blaze's talent can shorten the duration of cold and frozen effects by 50%, so status resistance can be extremely useful in this event. Moving on to the stage mechanics, we have Snowstorm. While it is active, all allies and enemies on field will be periodically inflicted with cold effect. In some stages, Snowstorm comes in the form of Chilling Snowstorm. The effects are the same, but this time, enemies will be pushed in the direction of the snowstorm as well. Next up, we have Icy Surface. This mechanic comes in the form of a tile. Allies or enemies on the tile will be inflicted with cold. If enemies are frozen on top of the tile, their shift distance will be much greater. In some stages, icy surfaces come in the form of icy streams and enemies will be pushed in the direction of the curves. Icy surface can sometimes work with snowstorm to freeze enemies on the icy surface, which can be quite helpful at times. Now, if you think this video is helpful, do give my channel a sub, it helps a ton. Next up, we have the new problematic enemies. First up, we have the Snowfield Guardian. These guys deal melee arts damage and will explode upon death, dealing arts damage and inflicts cold to surrounding allies. If they are shifted, they will also lose HP based on the distance they are shifted. Thankfully, you can cancel the explosion when they die using silence. Next, we have the Snowfield Hunter. These guys deal physical ranged attacks and prioritizes allies with low defense in its range instead of the usual deployment priority, so they can mess up your ranged operators pretty bad if left unchecked. Moving on, we have the Snowfield Caster. These guys deal ranged arts damage and attacks two operators simultaneously. After two attacks, their next attack will inflict cold, plus they have status resistance. The multi-target sucks, so do take them out as fast as possible. Fast redeploys such as Red and Phantom are recommended to assassinate them quickly. Now, we have the elite enemies. First up, we have the Snowfield Berserker. These guys will deal additional damage to frozen operators and has status resistance. Needless to say, if your operators are frozen and these guys are attacking them, their HP will go down fast, so a healer is recommended to keep them healthy. The next elite operator is none other than the Carlin Ogre. These guys have status resistance and gets a 30% attack buff during a snowstorm. Their attacks will reduce the target's defense by 100 upon every hit and can be silenced. A rather annoying enemy. It's best to use ranged operators to take them out, as blocking them can be pretty difficult due to the defense down, or you can make use of silence to cancel its skills. Lastly, we have the boss of the event, Degenbrecher, or better known as Black Knight. She is immune to stun, silence, sleep and frozen, has status resistance and ignores some defense when attacking operators blocking her. Next are her skills. She has a total of 3 skills, and her first will make her dash through an operator blocking her, dealing physical damage along the way, very similar to Crownslayer's skill. Her second skill unleashes an AoE physical attack. In her second form, this skill becomes a double attack and her attacks now ignore more defense and becomes invisible. Lastly, her third skill activates every time 25% of her HP is lost. This skill cancels the skills of operators in range and prevents them from attacking and receiving healing for a period of time. Yeah, this boss can be really annoying to fight. She has lower defense than resistance, so using high physical attacks like Chen's and Silverash's skill 3 are great options. And that is all. Hope this video is helpful in introducing the mechanics and enemies present in the upcoming Break the Ice event. I will be making similar videos in the future, so do consider subscribing to stay tuned. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.